Hello everyone. You're welcome to today's episode of Mathematics Tutorials. My name is Eric. Now this tutorial is brought to you by Mathcare Mathematics Tutorials, and our topic is Logarithmic Equations Lesson 2. We want to see how to solve each of these logarithmic equations that we have on the board. So this is our daily mathematics tutorial program, and here are our questions for today. Now, the questions read, question number 1 says, the logarithm of x to the base 4 is equal to -2. Question 2 says, the logarithm of 3x plus 1 to the base 1/2 is equal to 2. And then question 3 says, the logarithm of 3 to the base x is equal to 2. And then question 4 says, the logarithm of the cube root of 7 to the base 49 is equal to x. And question 5 says the logarithm of pi raised to the power 4 to the base pi is equal to x. So that is, or these are the questions for our tutorial for today. So now let's get to it. Let's put here solution. So we write here solution, and let's draw a line to actually separate our questions from the solution. Now let's put here question number 1. So we put here question 1. Now question 1 says that we have the logarithm of x to the base 4 is equal to -2. Now remember, in our introduction we said that what we need to do is to first write this in exponential form. So let's write in exponential form. Writing in exponential form, we shall have this raised to the power that, so it will be 4 raised to the power -2 to be equal to, then it comes back to our x. So 4 raised to the power -2 is equal to x. Don't forget it. So this is equal to x. So what is 4 raised to the power -2? 4 raised to the power -2 is the same as the laws of indices. We take the reciprocal of 4, and this becomes 1 out of 4, and then this -2 will change to be +2. So we shall have 2. This is what we shall have, and this is equal to x. And so 1 out of 4 squared is equal to 1 out of 16. So we shall have 1 out of 16, and that is equal to x. All right. So this follows that the logarithm of 1 out of 16 to the base 4 is equal to -2. All right. So that is the answer to this one. So let's wipe it and go to the next question quickly. So we wipe this off. And then we go to question number 2. So quickly, question 2. Question 2 says that the logarithm to the base, so let's have it here. That is the logarithm of 3x plus 1 to the base 1/2. This is equal to 2. So what do we do? Remember, this, we write it in exponential form. So it will be 1/2. So that is 1/2 raised to the power 2. This is equal to 3x plus 1. All right. So this is what we have. So this is what we have. Now, if we decide to write, so let's put the equal sign, let's put the arrow there from the equal sign so that it becomes clearer. So this raised to the power 2, that is what we have here, will be equal to this. All right. So now, what do we do? 1/2 squared is the same as 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, so that will give us 1 out of 4. So we shall have 1 out of 4 is equal to 3x plus 1. Now what do? We find the LCM and multiply. The LCM is 4. That is the denominator here. So we multiply through by 4. So we multiply here by 4. We multiply this by 4. And we multiply this one also by 4. So we shall have 4 cancels 4. We shall have a 1 here. So this will be equal to 3x times 4 will give us 12x plus 1 times 4 will give us 4. And so if we group like terms, we are going to have, if 12x crosses the equal sign, we shall have negative 12x, but we can leave 12x over there and have 1 minus 4. This is equal to 12x. And 1 minus 4 will give us negative 3. So we shall have negative 3 is equal to 12x. And so when we divide both sides of the equation by 12, we shall have negative 3 out of 12. So we shall have negative 3 out of 12. Now, if we have negative 3 out of 12, we can conclude and say that, let's put here an arrow and finish up over here. So 3 into 12, 3 into itself is 1, and 3 into 12 is 4. So that will give us negative 1 out of 4. And that is the answer. So it follows that the logarithm of 3, if you multiply 3 by negative 1 out of 4 and add 1, this will be equal to the base 1/2. We shall have an answer of 2. You can actually do the verification by substituting negative 1 out of 4 into this equation and see what you have in the bracket, and you will see that the logarithm of whatever you will get in the bracket by substituting x to be equal to 1 out of 4 to the base 1/2 will give you 2. All right. So now we can rub this off and continue. So let's rub this off. So now let's quickly look at the third question. So the third question, question 3, says that we have the logarithm. So we have the logarithm of 3 to the base x is equal to 2. This is what we have. Now, quickly, what do? Now, we shall write in exponential form, and then will be equal to this. So we shall have x squared is equal to, that is x raised to the power 2. This x raised to the power this 2. So exponential form. This is equal to this 3. So we have 3 over here. So what do? Quickly? We're looking for x and not x squared. So we say x is equal to, we are going to introduce the square root to both sides. So if we have x squared, if we have x squared is equal to 3, what are we going to do? We shall introduce the square root to both sides. So square root cancels this square. We have our x to be equal to the square root of 3. Now, we are not writing the square root of plus or minus 3. Why are we not writing it as plus or minus 3? We are not writing it plus or minus 3. We are only interested in the principal square root, which is the positive square root, because the base is not supposed to be a negative number. We can't have a negative base. So we are only interested in the principal root. That is why we root the answer, the square root of 3. And that is the answer. So it follows that the logarithm of 3 to the base square root of 3 is equal to 2. All right. So now let's look at the fourth question, the fourth worked example. Question 4. So let's look at the fourth one. So the fourth one says that we have the logarithm of the cube root of 7 to the base 49. This is equal to x. All right. So what are we going to do? First thing is to write this in exponential form. So we shall have this, and then we come back to this. So this will be equal to 49 raised to the power x. So 49 to the power x is equal to, we have the cube root of 7. All right, so this is what we have. Now what do we do here? What we're going to do is that let's write this in a form using a base of what? 7. So what we're going to do is, we know that 7 squared will give us 49. So that is 7 squared is 49. Let's put our x over here. This is equal to, now when we come here, cube root, we can write the cube root of 7. We can copy it, cube root of 7. Now what are we going to do here? We have to write cube root of 7 as 7 raised to the power 1/3, which is the same as cube root. So what will happen is that we have 7 squared x to be equal to, we have 7 raised to the power 1/3. This is what we have. Now, you can see that the bases are what? The same. You can see that the bases are the same. So we can apply the power rule over here. These two will multiply this x. So now that the bases are equal, we have 2x. Bases are equal, we equate the exponent. So we shall have 2x to be equal to 1 out of 3. And so we shall have x to be equal to 1 out of 3 divided by 2 will give us 1 out of 6. Because this is 1 out of 3 divided by 1 out of 2. And that will give us, because if this 3 multiplies this 2x, we shall have 6x. And if we are looking for x, what do? We divide both sides of the equation by 6. And so we shall have our x to be equal to 1 out of 6. That is if we divide both sides of the equation by 2. All right. So here it follows that the logarithm to the base cube, the logarithm of the cube root of 7 to the base 49 is equal to 1 out of 6. And let's look at the last one. So the last one is, now if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. And also follow me on the Mathscare tutorial page. And then also don't forget to share this work for others to get to know about it. And then also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and then also on TikTok. All right. So now let's look at the fifth one. So fifth one, number 5. We have a question that says that the logarithm of pi to the fourth to the base pi, this is equal to x. So this is not anything serious, nothing difficult here. So what do? We write this in exponential form. So it will be pi raised to the power x is equal to pi raised to the power 4. And so now that the bases are equal, what do? We equate our exponent. So x is equal to 4. So it follows that the logarithm of pi to the power 4 of, or the logarithm of pi to the power 4 to the base pi is equal to 4. That is the answer to this one. If you need a one-on-one tutorial lessons, if you're struggling with mathematics, you can contact us and then we'll be able to assist you. Now, this is the end of today's program. Thank you very much for watching. Now, we shall wrap this off and then I'll give an assignment. You can decide to solve the assignment and then put the answers on my WhatsApp, or you can actually put the answer on You can actually put the answer on our through via WhatsApp. You can also put it in the comment section if you can. So for assignment, let's put here assignment, and then the assignment is question 1. You have you solving for x in each case, so solve for x, and then you have question 1. You have the logarithm of 5 to the base x is equal to 1 out of 2. So this is what you have. Question 2, you have the logarithm of 9 to the base x is equal to also 1 out of 2. Then question 3, you have the logarithm of x, so you have the logarithm of 1 out of 25 to the base x is equal to -3. And then the fourth one is you have the logarithm of the square root of 216 to the base 6 is equal to x. And so these are the assignment questions that I'm giving you. All right, so test yourself on this, and then we'll meet another time. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.